The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. That's the start of Psalm 24. Yeah, my name is Gray, and I'm going through the book of Psalms. Today we're looking at chapter 24, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been following me this far, but I also want to thank God that He has continued to use me to share this, and I pray that it's been useful for you. I really am, because it has been useful for me, and I feel like I'm learning a lot, and I'm growing spiritually as well. And I just want to pray, and I want to ask you to pray for me, as I will pray for you as well, that we continue together. We don't stop here. We get to Psalm 150. Let's look at chapter 24. It's a Psalm of David. It's broken down into three parts. The first part is the first two verses where he talks about the earth is the Lord's, the fullness thereof, saying that everything here on earth is of God. Not only the earth, but the people that he live in it as well, and that includes you and me. And it talks about how he created it on the seas and established it in the waters. Again, going through the theme that David has been talking about, how you only need to look at nature to acknowledge, to know that there is a God and to acknowledge him. And that's this same thing that he is doing. Verse 3 asks a question. He says, when you look at everything that there is, this creator God who is beautiful and majesty but owns everything here, who then is worthy enough to come and stand in the mountain of the Lord? Who is worthy to stand in his holy place? He asked this again in chapter 15. In here he qualifies a person who's worthy to stand in there. He says, the one who has clean hands, a pure heart, who does not trust in an idol or swear by a false god. So basically saying that a person who looks at the things that he is doing, clean hands, the things that he meditates upon a heart, does not trust in an idol or swear by a false god, the things that he trusts on the things that he says in his mouth. Now, for us today, we will say, we go by through, we are qualified to stand in God's presence through Jesus Christ. That's true, but it is the same here as well. Let me explain. For us to start trusting in Jesus Christ, to give our lives to Jesus Christ, what does that mean? It means we need to die to ourselves. And what does that mean? Dying to ourselves means we need to look at the things that we do, the work of our hands. We need to let go of the things that we meditate upon our hearts. We need to search and surrender that to God. But we also need to surrender ourselves to God, not depending on the things that we have, our material wealth, our names, or whatever else this is that we think we'll depend on, but depend continuously on God. But we also need to watch the things that we say on God. When you start to give that in, then we are dying to ourselves. It's when then we are able to accept Jesus Christ. You cannot fully accept who Jesus Christ is without letting go of yourself. So this is exactly what he's talking about in verse 4. Just challenging us to look at the things that we're holding on to. Verse 5 says they will receive blessings from the Lord. So there's people who are qualified to stand. They not only stand, but they also receive blessings from God. Can I just qualify on the blessing part? For the most part, when we say blessings from God, we always think that it's something God will give us. Can I just say that being in God's presence is a blessing enough? I think another psalm, I keep forgetting this, another psalm, David said that I have no good thing apart from you, that you are my cup of blessings. I think it was Psalm 16. But basically saying that without you, God, everything that I have is worthless. So the blessing that we ought to seek above everything else is to be in God's presence. That should be the number one blessing. And then from that, everything else will flow through. God, Jesus said, he said it himself, that seek first the kingdom of God and everything else will be added to you. Now from verse 7, he switches again and talks about, I love this, lift up your heads, you gate, be lifted up, you ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. What does he mean by talking about the ancient gates and ancient doors and ancient gates? I would assume that he's talking about the city Jerusalem and just say, look, let's open up our doors, our gates, and let God come into our lives. For us, it just means let's just open up our hearts. Let's just open up our lives. Let's just our very being, so that the God, the King of glory, may enter and dwell in our hearts. And the advantage of having the King of glory in He says, the King of glory is the Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battles. You and I, we're living in this life, and we know that we've got so many things that we meet that try to bring us down. But this verse is saying that, you know what, if you open up your heart and let the King of glory come in, he will fight those battles for you. Brothers and sisters, I don't see any other way we could live. And that's just my challenge to you. We know that, you know what, as a saying that he created everything here on earth is his. But we only go there if we let go of the things that we love and let him, Jesus Christ, come into our lives. Because when he does as well, he just doesn't sit there. He is Lord. He is mighty in battle. He will fight our battles. And I pray that, well, you'll be in a place where God will fight your battles for you. God bless you.